we see that has now added countries that America will no longer be doing business with. Follow me. Hear me out.
Additional countries to the travel ban list. These are largely African countries. 25 of them are African countries, friends. Some Caribbean countries are on this list in addition to Middle Eastern countries. The list includes countries like Angola, Antigua, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cambodia, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Egypt, Gambia, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Niger, Nigeria, St. Lucia, Senegal, Syria, Tanzania, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and others. According to a memo that Marco Rubio sent on Saturday to U.S. diplomats in these countries, they will be given 60 days by which to meet new benchmarks that the State Department is given to them because some countries had no competent or cooperative central government authority to produce reliable identity documents or other civil documents. For others, it's because of widespread government fraud. And then others had issues related to visa overstay here in the United States, which, by the way, every country has people in the United States who have overstayed their visa. Other reasons included the availability of citizenship by monetary investment without a requirement of residency and claims of anti-Semitic and anti-American activity in the United States by people who are from those countries.
Very interesting. Most of these countries, if not almost all of these countries, are predominantly people who have. America has always been that pale horse of death, sitting by waiting for things to go absolutely chaotic. Kind of like that pale horse in Sinners when Sammy rides up to the church. America got some nerve to be issuing visa-styled sanctions, criticizing other countries for not having their stuff together. Oh, well, until they get their fraud together and until they get their documentation processes together. Are you serious? Y'all out here scooping up indigenous first people and straight up U.S. citizens and sending them overseas. Excuse me? We don't have our stuff together. So I'm really not understanding why all of a sudden he wants to try to act like he speaks for everyone on the globe. Now, one thing I will say is that leaders like Traore, if you guys don't know who that is, go look them up, okay? That's what Google is for. But educate yourself on people like Traore. Baby, they will not let him come in Burkina Faso and issue sanctions and tell them what they gonna do and what they ain't gonna do. Because one thing I will tell you from friends and family that I have that are over there on the continent, a lot of the countries on the continent of Africa, they are creating their own banking system. They have basically, I would say in one or two of the countries, eliminated the US dollar and won't even accept it in certain places. Now, anybody who's ever traveled over there or is a frequent traveler like myself knows that that is a big statement. It used to be where you would go to countries outside of the United States and they wanted US dollar. They wanted it because they knew that the US dollar would be so much more money than their money. And a lot of times you could take 1,000 US dollar, which is not even a lot of money. You could take 1,000 US dollar with you and live like you had $20,000. Like, it would be crazy. Not anymore. And at the rate that things are going, and this is now my opinion and my prediction. At the rate that things are going, ooh, baby. Anybody who has jumped up and gone over to a lot of these countries that are now on the ban list, the first set of ban lists and now this new one, your US dollar will not go as far. And this is the reason why I spoke with my financial advisor and I spoke with a couple of other people and kept in close contact with friends overseas because I wanted to see how some of this was going to lay out. Your US dollar is not going to be worth anything. It really isn't. When it's all said and done, the US dollar will have very little value over in those countries. And what you're going to have to do is now weigh your pros and cons. Does living a different way have a higher value to you? Or does living comfortably have a higher value to you? Now, those who thought about moving abroad or who have moved abroad will understand what I mean when I say this. I don't know what's coming, but I could foresee that a lot of countries are going to stop taking the US dollar. And what a lot of people who make six figures and up don't realize is that they made most of their money here on American soil with the US dollar being prime, and it's not going to be as much when they go there. Your needs are a little different when you go there and wherever there is. So really take a moment and think about it, because this is showing you he is trying to keep a lot of us from going over there and from having communications with people abroad. And he's keeping the people who already went abroad from ever coming back over here. Because the people who have left America and gone abroad, they need to let their family and friends know that may be the last time that they saw them, may be the last time that they see them. Because he's making it where they can't come back over here. It's just something to think about. Because now this shakes up the pot a bit. How many countries are going to come back and heed to all of his terms and conditions? How many of them are going to look at him and say, who are you? Whew, this is an ongoing drama. Let's see how it plays out.